were chasing down Kale, and then I threw a bubble, and everybody was like, "Whoa!" And I was like, "That bitch wasn't getting away."
Oh, that's right. That was towards the end of the game.
That's when they gave up.
That was so funny.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
You were up against that Syndra.
Minions spawn.
And Michelle and I had one of the most passive-ass Vaynes. Like, this Swain would grip me, and Vayne would be like, that's okay. And this Swain coming into the jungle, and I was like, motherfucker.
What are you doing? I'm gonna kill him. I would have saw red and had immediately started killing him.
I kind of expected, like, him to, like, go up rather than down that way. But it is what it is. They warded red, but they can't even see the buff, so I don't know what the ward was for.
Right.
Typically when you ward a buff, you do it so that you can see the actual camp. That way you have a timer on the screen and you'll know when the camp comes back up. Giving Nunu a chance to be an asshole. They were, yeah. They were all over Michelle. I mean, the Swain would grip me, but then, like, they would devote most of their attention to Michelle. And the only reason Swain would grip me is because I was the one that was closer. It's super weird, like, I don't know. There's something about the way Michelle plays support that I just like better than most people.
I get you. He's good at it.
Like typically, you want the support to be in the front. But she spent so much time playing Senna that she's like, I'm gonna hang in the back and then I'll move up when I need to. And I'm like, that should bug me. Like, in theory, that's not how it's supposed to work. But the Senna works that way so she can queue past everyone.
I'd be like, bet if I was Baraka, I'd be like, oh, you're happy ass to stay in the front.
But, like...
Damn, you missed that cannon.
I did. I was super upset.
Same. I totally get you.
I think I missed another one, and then at one point Michelle tried to Q one of them, and she killed a minion. Oh my god, this Echo was like, okay, I threw out a W, that means I can take minions, right? And I was like, nigga.
Oh yeah, this is the one where I was like, why? Like y'all were like, why is he like taxing us? And I was like, I don't know. I wish he would come here.
Yeah, did he go to your lane at all?
I don't believe I've seen him, not once. I don't think that junglers usually win when I'm doing well in my lane, because I see that she pushed up, so I know that I'm doing pretty well. They don't usually come to my lane, which makes a lot of sense because you can't gank it. Like,
right, if the enemy is shoved up under the tower, there's not much the jungler can do. But there's a misconception about ganking. First of all, people think that you're supposed to like gank the lane that's super behind to help them catch up, and that's not what ganking is for. Like, if someone is feeding, the last thing you want to do is gank their lane, because that's just going to be a double kill instead of a single kill.
damn, he was going hella hard.
Yeah. He wasn't going nowhere.
I know Willem is mad.
But, like, when the lane is, like, unless they're getting camped. If they're getting camped, that's a different story. But if they're just losing to their lane opponent, the last thing you want to do is gank their lane. It's just not a smart decision. But the idea of a gank is to turn like a stalemate in your team's favor. And then if someone's getting camped, it's usually a good idea to help them out as well. But you don't gank the lane that's hella behind. That's dumb.
Can we talk about the range on Swain's?
Yeah, Michelle was like, you should back, because that means Swain's nearby. And I'm like, bitch, he can hit that thing from like halfway across the map. I'm like, I'm going to back anyway. Like, you're not wrong, but for the record, he can hit that thing from anywhere. Let's check in on Sable.
Watching Mr. Duck. I'm so bad at this thing.
I mean, last hitting is difficult, especially for mid lane. Like, it's a lot easier as the ADC because, like, your auto attacks do a ton of damage by the time you get your BF sword or whatever your first damage item is. Oh, hey, Nunu. I'm pretty sure I said that exact same thing in the moment.
Right.
Pretty sure I saw the snowball and I was like, oh, hey, Nunu.
God, something's happening in bot lane.
I think... Did we take drag? We should have taken drag here. I don't know if we did it or not. Oh, that's right, because this Echo, like, didn't understand how squishy he was, so he wanted to take drag, like, every 4 seconds, and he would, like, damn near die every time.
So let me do it. It felt like she was.
And then this Nunu went ahead and came in anyway, and I was like, the drag is gone, what are you fighting for?
You were about to die. I didn't even get a kill off that.
You got a couple kills in the game, I think, though.
I do believe that I did.
I don't think you died much either, which was the big thing.
I definitely don't think that, like, Echo was a part of it. I think it was just the Syndra didn't do things that she could have probably hit from.
Who did she kill? Scion? Had to be Scion.
Yeah, I pinged that, like, she was gone, and Scion was like, "You got this?" Like,
I mean, that Scion was bad anyway. The only thing he did right all game was when he started to lose, he just pushed his lane. We both missed in this moment, and I felt so bad.
He should have been a dead man by every right.
We were both hella out of mana, though.
I feel like I always lose my tower first. Like, there's always the first plating is always mine.
Echo, what the hell was that stun?
I don't know. He didn't tell me nothing when he came in. He was like, guess what? I'm here, and I was like, okay.
I mean, I typically don't say much when I come in, except you hear me because I'm in voice chat with you. Like, very rarely do I, like, ping that I'm, like, ganking a lane.
I would hope that somebody would let me know. Like,
It's not uncommon for junglers to say something, it's just, I typically don't.
because I'll straight run away. To be honest, like I was low in health, and I was like,
Yeah, that wasn't a great place for a gank anyway. That was bad chompers, but... And then the minions blocked my shot, and I was like, okay, well, I guess we just gonna kill these minions then.
that can't be
Oh, this was hilarious. They knocked me away, and then Swain proceeded to step on my chompers anyway. And this Vayne was like, oh, Jinx is passive procced. Now is good time to fight her. And I'm like, no, bitch. Now is bad time to fight me. I don't just get movement speed for my passive, I get attack speed. So, yeah, you're dead. I'm so jealous of the fact that all Michelle has to do is attack the tower, and she gets 15 gold.
It's that support life. If you can't farm, they're gonna make sure you get it somehow.
We took hella platings in this game, though, because Jinx is ridiculous at taking towers. Like, probably the best ADC in the game at pushing. I missed. Bad.
This Thunder is just going up there and killing that dude. And I don't think I knew it for a very long time either. I probably could have paid attention to it, but like every time I knew that, I'd be like, yeah, we're like the same. We didn't do too much since we last saw each other.
I mean, again, you weren't really dying, though, so...
Right.
And that Scion already fed Kale, so it's not like... It's not like you were contributing to some massive issue with your lane opponent. That was so frustrating for that Vayne. If I was that Vayne, I'd be pissed. Because we both died, but Swain got the shutdown gold.
Dang. I was super following after. Oh, this is the super part when I missed entirely. I was like, how did I miss that?
It's okay, earlier I missed a point blank W on Kaisa, and I was like, report me.
Right. That's exactly what I said. I was like, y'all need to find a new mid lane.
This dumbass Nunu.
Yeah, that shit was stupid. I was like, oh, I super wanted him. I died here for this. He was like 1 HP, Michael.
Right.
Don't know how he got away from this.
See, look at that Echo's health. Like, boy.
Y'all was just taking objectives. So aggro.
Well, this is when Syndra came down. She ulted me and I was like, that was cute.
I'm wondering how she did that without being nowhere near you. Oh, girl, you need to run. This girl needs to find her support.
Yeah, we tried so hard to keep them separated. I think we got his ass. Or no, he flashed away, that's right. He flashed my chompers and I was like, you bitch. But then we found Nunu, so... I probably should have stepped in that, in hindsight.
Granted, I promise you I didn't tell you anything.
I mean, I saw it, and it didn't occur to me that it works for everyone. I was like, oh, Sable's just trying to get health back. When that Swain dropped that ability, and I had no health, Michelle was like, would you just back? She was like, I can clear the wards. I was like, no!
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
This is not a good fight. I totally will admit that. It had not stayed there for as long as I did.
I mean, Sion's just pushing top lane.
Right.
That's the thing, is like, yeah, he wasn't doing well, but like, he at least knew how to lose.
Where did Kale go? Like
She's with Nunu. Like, they were all part of that fight, except bot lane.
Okay, you did. You did.
He got rooted and then he stepped on my chompers and I was like, you just don't like moving.
And everybody was top lane too, so it was fine to get them
Mm-hmm. We damn near got another one. They were all coming bot now, and Michelle and I were like, nope. We found the Syndra, though. Hey, you killed her.
I was a big fat guy. That Vayne would do something that she's gonna fight, and I want to let her know she can't.
She keeps trying, God bless her soul.
I feel like, girl, you're a 0-5. I would be screaming at Echo. I'd be like, Echo, where?
He wanted to take that blue buff, so he went back and fought it. Now, like, watch his health.
He was gonna die?
So we had to come back up and save his ass again.
the damage and the self got the heal to keep him going.
Right.
So this is when Kale came down, and I was like, oh, I might turn on you. And then I threw my bubble, and it missed entirely. Kid you not.
You got the Nunu that time.
Right, Willump is always getting hit, but he could position
That's
himself.
because his ass takes up half the lane.
Right.
And then Sion was like, you don't need this farm.
I know. And I sat there and I was like, I kind of hate you a little bit. This is low-key why I hate mid lane.
The sad part is, like, your farm still isn't that bad. Like,
It's not bad, but it could be better.
it would be better if people would stop taking it. Oh, and that bitch.
Oh, no.
Somebody... Oh, never mind. Here come Kale. I distinctly remember that moment now.
I saw that bitch flying. I was like, he's gonna hit these and then that hurt my feelings. But I was back in it.
They are all in mid lane.
That's usually how every game goes.
Yeah, it's because it's the shortest distance to the Nexus, honestly. Like, typically, you, like, when you want to fight in mid in team fights, because that's where, like, it's the quickest way to push down a lane.
Okay.
You don't have to spend like 3 hours running from one turret to the next.
Then next time I might not come back to mid lane. I might just go somewhere else. That bubble wasn't.
I mean, you're like, when you.
With that Kale was fed, and then I hit that Kale with a 2 and took half of her health away. And I was like,
Oh yeah, she was squishy, for sure.
that's when that Willem would have died. But Michael got him, and I was like,
You know, for being fed, that Kale really didn't, like, try to fight me that much.
I don't even think she's got like 5 or 6. But I was looking at her kills, and I was like, she ain't even that good. I was so proud of that Kenny. I don't even think she knows this, but I'm so bad at farming under tower.
Yeah, it's hard for me even sometimes. Like, there's a trick to it, but like in the moment, like I never think about it. Like I know how to do it, but it's really technical, and if you're not actively trying, you're gonna fuck it up. Look at you killing the Swain.
He had a ton of his health too. I was really surprised that I was doing all this. Because I didn't really, like, make anything yet besides tier 2 boost. That's about it.
I think I backed here. Yeah.
That sounds like a good idea. I felt so confident because Michelle was with me, and it was that Kale.
She does that so often. Whenever we do well, and she feels like she can leave me alone, she's like, "You mind if I go help Sable?" And I'm like, "Do your thing." That snowball was hella coming for y'all.
Like, he pushed it on down. I was like, Michelle, let's just keep. So I was like, I can't save you.
Right. And I just now got to that fight.
That that Willump was super effective. He was just running into it.
Honestly, like, I might have been able to kill him, except for Vayne blocked my zap.
Got hit by it again.
I remember thinking, I was like, why don't we just take this damn tower?
Like, why are you just
And I hella got out, and I was like, bye, bitches!
like, I'm gone.
That KO and Syndra had to be pissed, because they both tried to get me.
Do those eyes on you? Does that mean Swain can see you?
Yes. That means anybody can see you. They use the vision plant thingy.
Uh,
And they revealed me, and I was like, maybe I should back somewhere else.
right. I didn't know where anybody went. I was like, ooh.
I thought they were a drag. I was like,
Same.
that's why I'm going there now. I'm like, we gotta get there before they get it. And it turns out they just all wanted to kill Scion, and I was like, well, if they're gonna do that, like, fuck it, let's take this drag.
Right. It don't take a full team to kill a Scion. I mean, unless it's us, then in which case, that one day, I don't know what that Scion was doing. But
Oh
I
my
was
god.
like, that was 3 people mental. 3 people. I'm gonna just always remember that moment.
Oh my god, this Vayne's health disappeared.
Okay, so I'll be done in a minute. Right, it's almost time for you to eat, so I don't think this is gonna last very long. 'Cause
No.
they give up in like 3 seconds. But let's
Yeah.
just take this moment. Just stick it on over to me.
Are we gonna roll it back?
It was like all that kept going through my head was like this tail was fed. I was like, I'm not though. So I guess I'll just stop her. And then I hit her with it and
Right.
I was like, let's just see how much damage we'll do. And we said pop.
I don't even know how I killed her, honestly.
I think it was at that point you could have probably just breathed on her and you would have killed her.
Maybe it has something to do with the Mountain Soul. But yeah, that's it. Alright, well, go eat, and then, if you don't mind, we can watch one more when you get back.
Alright, we'll do.